Okay, so we are at my light box. I have established where I want my horse to appear on here. You can see I started tracing it, but I didn't like how it was coming out. This pencil makes it move too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin the paper to my... So I'm pinning my paper to my fabric so that things won't move. You can do it a different way if you have a better method. And if you do, please share it with me. I'm always interested. But like I told you before, I'm doing this block a little differently. I'm going to draw it and use the fabric marker for our block of the month. And I'm not worried about just having flipped the fabric over, even though that is showing there. And the reason I'm not worried about it is because it's a washable fabric marker, or a washable, let's see what they actually call this thing. A washout cloth marker in blue, right there. And instead of that, I'm going to use this ink pen. Now I've penned everything together, and I don't need a big bold line here. I just need a quick outline trace. So let me do that real fast for you. I'll speed up through this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my picture right over here in front of me. You probably can't see it on the camera, but I'm going to use these Aristro fabric markers. I talked about them a little bit at the beginning. Let's see if I can turn that so you can see them better. These Aristro fabric markers. And I bought the package of 12. Now, I bought my markers. These are bought and paid for with my money. But if you use my link, because I'm an Amazon affiliate, I may make a few cents off your purchase, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour out all of these markers, because I want them where I can play with them. And these are permanent fabric markers. They're not supposed to wash out. They are fine tip, and we're going to play with these. I'm going to see how well they work on my fabric here. And let's see, I'm going to put white, silver, black, and gold off to the sides, and that leaves us 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors to use for other things. I may bring the gold back in because I want those little dots to be yellowish, so gold will work for me, and those others are going to be used as accent colors. Now, right now you can't see this, so what I'm going to do is let's start with the blue. They don't seem to be bleeding, which is good. And it goes on pretty well. Wow, I'm liking that. And it's a very consistent color. I do like that a lot. We'll see how that looks after it's been ironed and also after it's been washed. Now I have a green. I'm going to use on the tail, and I'm just doing the little pieces first so that I can kind of see how these work. Oh, this is really nice. One thing I've noticed a lot when using other markers is that they get dried out looking very quickly. This doesn't seem to be doing that. I am turning it, but that's a me thing. There's a light blue here. I may want to use it there. Whoops. That isn't a light blue. That's the same blue I was using. Bad me. So let's use purple instead. Oh, that's pretty. That seems to be a good bit darker than what it shows on the pen, but I'm good with that. And that little bit of blue that I put over there is covering pretty well. That's nice. I'm turning them upside down as I use them. Let's try this orange over here on the, is this the bit or the bridle? Somebody tell me in the comments what that's actually called. Because I don't know. It's horse tack. Well, that covered really quick. Let's do here. There's a little bit of fuzz on the fabric there. It's not from the pen, that's from me. All right. Let's see, I want to do the saddle. I don't want my horse to be red. It is going through a little bit on my light box. That'll clean out with no problem. But that is something to keep to be aware of if you're doing it, that you don't want to paint on top of other fabric. You want to make sure that you've got something you can wipe off. That's why I chose to use the light box. Alright, and let's do the circles. And because I know that it's bleeding through a little bit, I want to keep my hands off the other markers that I've already put on. Now that's pink, supposed to be. I'm not sure that it's reading pink. Maybe it is on camera. Somebody let me know. But these are really easy to use. The color does change a bit depending on how heavy you want to put it on. This is called, is this Sunburst? Let's see. Oh, that's a greenish color. We'll trace around, and if I don't like it for the horse color, then I'll just change it out. But it isn't bleeding out around where I drew with it, so that's good. Gives a nice line for tracing. I was going to use the black to do all this tracing. Not bad. I can see a couple of places where I'd like to do a touch-up or two. So let's do that. Now I can tell the difference between the orange and the pink now. I'm looking a little closer. I have white. Let's try that here. I don't see much difference from that, do you? Of course, if you were on a dark colored fabric, that would show up well. And it does go nicely around that purple. I initially looked at these because I do a lot of paint by number, and I was looking for something that would imitate a paint by number brush as far as the coverage. This does a little better than that. Alright, this is silver. Looks more like a gray to me. Maybe I won't color the horse at all. Alright, so here's what's on my light box after I'm done. It didn't bleed through too badly to the back side, and I don't see any places where it's like bled out from where I colored it. So I'm pretty happy with that. So there is my Dala block for Sweden. And I am going to put Sweden on here with the, let's do the black marker. I'm kind of liking having my own handwriting on these. And that is a Dala Horse. I have put facts all through the video about what a Dala Horse is and how it's used in the Swedish celebration of Christmas. And before we go, I've got a little piece of, okay, and before we go, I've got a little piece of fabric over here. A little bit of liquid on my light box. I want to make sure that it comes off of my light box, because it is supposed to be permanent fabric marker. And I want to get it off before it becomes permanent on my light box. And then I'll come back and show you if any of that picked back up on the white muslin. Okay, so there may be a dot or two there, but nothing major. Oh, look how much brighter those colors are like that. Wow. I took it off that light box and you can really see it. And they do read more true to color now that I've taken it off the light box. I should have done that already. Alright, and here it is off the light box. Do you see how pretty those colors are? You definitely tell your orange from your pink. This is the green for the tail. And I used blue for the mane. This is their black marker. I'm rubbing on it. Nothing's coming off on my hand. And I'm just waiting on my iron to get hot so that I can press down, so that I can press the paint and make it completely water fast, washable safe. I'm not sure what the exact word is. And now that we're done, I'm going to press this down, or I'm going to press it with my iron. And I'm going to use a piece of paper stabilizer, tearaway, as a pressing cloth. Just because I want to make sure that if anything comes off, we can see it easily. And I'm not using steam on this, or starch. And there's no guideline for ironing this or being required to iron it, but I want to see if it sticks. Nothing on there. Nothing came through. That's just thread that's on my ironing mat. And then one more quick. And there's the base of my iron. There's no paint on there, no marker. So I'd say these markers are pretty good. So this is Aristro fabric markers. This is a 12-piece set. They have up to 48. So if you want a lot more colors, you can get that. And I did buy these, like I said, with my own money. But I think they were worth the $7 I spent on it. It wasn't expensive. Now, this is the block of the month for October 2025. And I am doing that as a collaboration with Sylvia at You and Me FPP and Colleen at Colleen Sews and Chats. Please go over there and check out how they have interpreted the block of the month for this month. Thank you for watching. And if you like what you saw, please give me a like and a subscribe. And the link for these markers will be down in the description box for you to check out. Have a great day, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.